Taking massive action, smart strategy, turning dreams into measurable results. There's a pattern you've probably felt in your own life. You get inspired, set a big goal, promise yourself, this time will be different. A few days or weeks pass. Life gets busy, motivation fades, and the dream slides quietly to the background again. It's not because you're lazy, it's not because you're not that type of person. Most of the time, it's simply this. You're trying to build a big life with half a blueprint and half your power turned on. Tony Robbins talks constantly about two forces that change everything. 1. Massive, consistent action. 2. Smart, flexible strategy. One without the other doesn't work. Action without strategy is burnout with little progress. Strategy without action is beautiful plans sitting in notebooks gathering dust. When you combine them, you move from someday ideals to dates on a calendar. I wish to I did. Vague goals to specific results you can see, measure, and feel. This guide will walk you through what massive action actually means, how to turn a fuzzy dream into a clear, measurable outcome, how to create strategies by modeling people who've already done it, how to build a simple result system, 90-day outcomes, weekly targets, daily moves, how to deal with fear, failure, and inconsistency along the way. A practical step-by-step plan you can start using right now for one of your goals. By the end, you'll have a clear way to move from I want this to here's exactly how I'm going to make it real. 1. The formula, outcome, massive action, feedback, adjust. There's a simple pattern behind every meaningful change. 1. Know what you want. 2. Take massive action. 3. Notice what's working and what isn't. 4. Change your approach until you get there. Most people get stuck in step 2 or skip straight to step 4 without ever committing to sustained action. Let's define each step clearly. 1. Outcome. Know exactly what you want. Get healthier is not clear. Make more money is not clear. Improve my relationships is not clear. Your brain and nervous system need something they can lock onto. Specific. You can describe it in detail. Measurable. You can tell if you're getting closer. Emotional. You genuinely care about it. Examples. Lose 15 pounds in 4 months while feeling stronger and more energetic. Save $5,000 in the next 12 months and pay off my 2 smallest debts. Have at least 2 evenings a week where I'm fully present with my partner, phones away, actually connecting like. If you can't say it clearly, you can't build a smart strategy or take focused action toward it. Hammer 2. Massive action, flood the system. Massive action isn't a punishment, it's alignment. It means you stop dipping your toe in. You stop treating your dream like a side hobby. You put enough energy, time, and focus toward it that progress becomes inevitable. It doesn't mean destroying your health to hustle, working 20 hours a day, doing everything at once. It means you choose one or a few key outcomes and say, I will keep acting toward this until I get a result. I'm not quitting just because I hit resistance. 3. Feedback. Pay attention to reality. Action alone doesn't guarantee success. You need feedback. What worked? What didn't? Where did you get stuck? What surprised you? Most people treat feedback as judgment. If it didn't work, I'm a failure. But feedback is just information. That approach wasn't effective in this situation. You use it as a signal. Okay, that didn't work. What can I tweak? 4. Adjust. Change your approach, not your goal. Here's where smart strategy comes in. If what you're doing isn't working, you don't instantly give up on the outcome. You change the path, try a different method, learn from people who already have the result you want. You keep your back on commitment to the result, but you stay flexible in how you get there. This is how dreams turn into measurable results, clear outcomes, plus massive action, plus honest feedback, plus flexible strategy. Pack 2. From vague dream to measurable outcome. Let's walk through turning a fuzzy wish into a concrete target. Step 1. choose one domain. Pick one area for now: health, money, career, business, relationships, personal growth, confidence. Trying to overhaul every area at once is the fastest path to overwhelm. Step 2. Describe the dream in emotional language. Ask yourself, if this went extremely well, what would be happening? What would I see, hear, and feel in my life? Write it as if you're already there. I feel strong and comfortable in my body. My clothes fit well. I have energy during the day, and I'm proud of how I'm taking care of myself. I feel calm about money. I know what's coming in and out. My debt is under control, and I'm saving towards something meaningful. I feel connected in my relationship. We're spending real time together and communicating openly. This gives you motivation and meaning. Step 3. Make it measurable and time-bound. Now add numbers and a time frame. Health. Walk 7,000, 10,000 steps a day and lose 10 pounds in 3 months. Money. Pay off $2,000 of credit card debt and keep a $500 emergency buffer within 6 months. Career. Apply to 20 well-chosen positions and land one job that pays at least X dollars more within 4 months. Now you can track. Are you closer this week than last week? Are your actions adding up to something tangible? Without measurability, you stay in "I'm working on it" land forever. 3. What massive action actually looks like. Massive action is less about intensity for one day and more about a consistency over time. Some truths about massive action. It's focused, not scattered. It's repeated, not random. It's connected to a compelling why, not just guilt or pressure. Think of massive as more than I've ever consistently done before toward this result. For one person, that might be going from completely sedentary to walking 30 minutes every day. For another, going from occasional resumes to sending 20 targeted applications a week, reaching out on LinkedIn, following up, and learning interview skills. Massive action means you are not all in on showing up, trying, adjusting, staying in motion instead of dabbling, waiting, overthinking, quitting at the first obstacle. 4. Smart strategy. Don't reinvent the wheel. Massive action works best when it rides on smart strategy. You don't need to design everything from scratch. Tony often talks about modeling. Find someone who has the result you want. Study what they do, what they believe, and how they act. Use what works for you. Here's how to turn modeling into a practical tool. 4.1. Find models in your area. Health. Someone your age and situation who turned their health around in a sustainable way. Money. People who went from debt and chaos to stability and growth without a lottery ticket. Career. People who pivoted into a new role or raised their income significantly. You can find models through books and podcasts, interviews, online communities, people you know personally. 4.2. Ask 3 questions about each model. 1. What strategies did they use? Daily habits, systems, on tools, and environments. 2. What beliefs did they seem to hold? I can learn this. I am worthy of better. I'm willing to experiment and fail. 3. What did they refuse to tolerate anymore? Certain behaviors in themselves, certain treatment from others, certain environments. You're looking for patterns, then you ask, which of these strategies can I try? Which beliefs can I start practicing? What do I need to stop tolerating if I'm serious about this? 5. Building a simple results system. You don't need a complex planner, you just need structure. Think in layers. Vision, the big picture. 90-day outcome. What you'll move significantly forward in the next 3 months. Weekly target. What must happen this week? Daily moves. What you'll do today. 5.1 Vision example. Within 3 years, I want to be in a role I enjoy, Earning at least X with savings, no high interest debt, and much less financial stress. This gives direction. 5.2 90-day outcome. Break off a chunk. In the next 90 days, I will pay off $800 of debt, track all my expenses, apply to at least 30 jobs that better match my skills and values. Now it's becoming real. 5.3 weekly targets. Each week, ask, what must happen this week to move toward my 90-day outcome? For example, send 6 job applications, reach out to 2 people for networking conversations, review finances for 20 minutes, make 1 spending change. Write these as non-negotiables, like appointments. Wow. 5.4 daily power moves. Each day, pick 1 to 3 power moves. Specific actions that directly move you towards your outcome, not organize my desk. Things like apply to 1 job, walk 20 minutes, have 1 honest conversation, spend 10 minutes learning a skill. If all you accomplish in a day are your power moves, you're still moving your life forward. 6. Emotional fuel, your why, behind the action. Action dies without emotional fuel. Your why answers, why does this matter so much that I'm willing to get uncomfortable for it? Ask yourself, if I achieve this outcome, how will my life be different? What will it give me emotionally? Peace, pride, freedom, connection. What will happen if I don't change anything? Write out both sides, the pleasure of reaching the goal, the pain of staying the same. Be vivid. If I don't change, I'll still feel panicked at every bill, ashamed of my finances, and stuck in work that drains me. If I do change, I'll feel confident opening my bank app, proud of myself, and free to make choices instead of just surviving. Your nervous system starts to understand, this isn't a cute hobby, this is important. Return to your why when you feel tempted to quit. 7. Common obstacles and how to crush them. On the road from dream to result, you will meet overwhelm, fear of failure, perfectionism, inconsistency. Let's tackle them one by one. 7.1. Overwhelm. It's too much. Overwhelm usually means you're trying to think about the whole journey at once, every step you might ever need to take. The antidote. Come back to the next 24 hours. Ask, what are 1 to 3 things I can do today that move the needle? When your brain screams, it's too much, answer, I don't have to do everything today. I just have to do the next right thing today. 7.2. Fear of failure. Fear of failure often sounds like, what if I try and prove I can't do it? What if I waste my effort? But doing nothing is also an option with guaranteed results. You get more of the same. Ask yourself, which hurts more, failing while trying, or never giving myself the chance? Use failure as feedback. If this approach doesn't work, I'll learn one way not to do it. That's valuable information. 7.3 Perfectionism. Perfectionism says, if I can't do it perfectly, I won't start. It keeps you in planning mode forever. Crush it by committing to the imperfect starts. Write the messy first draft. Send the not perfect email. Do the 10-minute workout instead of waiting for a perfect 60-minute session. Tell yourself, progress beats perfection. I can refine as I go. 7.4 Inconsistency. Consistency is not about never missing a day. It's about missing less, getting back on track faster. If you fall off, skip the shame spiral. Ask, what triggered this? How can I make it easier to stay on track next time? Then take 1 small action today that reconnects you to your goal. And Chapter 8. Examples. How massive action and strategy look in real life. 8.1. Health example. From someday to measurable change. Dream. I want to be healthier and more energetic. Outcome. Walk at least 7,000 steps a day and lose 10 pounds in 3 months. Massive action. Walk 20-30 minutes daily. Prep simple, healthier meals twice a week. Track food and steps in an app. Smart strategy. Copy a workable plan from someone in a similar situation. Adjust portions and movement based on weekly results. Ask, which small changes give me the biggest energy boost? Measurable results. Weekly weigh-ins, step counts, energy levels. 8.2 Money example, from chaos to clarity. Dream. I want to feel good about money and stop living paycheck to paycheck. Outcome. In 6 months, I want $1,000 in savings and two smallest debts paid off. Massive action. Track every dollar for 30 days. Cancel 2 to 3 non-essential recurring expenses. Add one income-boosting action weekly. Smart strategy. Use a simple budgeting method. Learn from people who climbed out of debt with similar incomes. Negotiate one bill for better terms. Measurable results. Debt totals dropping. Savings rising. Fewer surprise overdrafts. 8.3 Confidence. Relationship example, from people-pleasing to self-respect. Dream. I want to feel confident and not lose myself in relationships. Outcome. In 90 days, I want to be clearly expressing my needs, saying no when I mean no, and spending more time with people who respect me. Massive action. Practice saying no at least once a week where you'd normally say yes. Have one honest conversation per week where you respectfully say how you really feel. Spend time weekly doing something that's just for you. Smart strategy. Learn phrasing for clear but kind communication. Study healthy boundary examples from books, podcasts. Notice which people respond well to your new boundaries and which don't. Measurable results. How often you betray your own needs. Number of honest conversations. Number of peace-filled, drama-free days. 9. A practical 7-day plan to get started. Let's make this ultra simple. Pick my one goal and walk through this plan. Day 1. Clarify and commit. Write your outcome in one sentence. Specific, measurable, and time-bound. Write why it matters. Say out loud, I am committed to this outcome. I will take action and adjust until I reach it. Day 2. Break it into 90 days and weekly targets. Ask, what can I realistically move forward in 90 days? List 3 to 5 key things you want done by then. Decide what must happen this week for you to be on track. Day 3. Identify models and strategies. Find 1 to 2 people who've achieved a similar result. Note, what did they do consistently? What beliefs did they seem to hold? Choose 1 to 2 tactics you'll borrow. Day 4. Design your daily power moves. Write down 1-3 daily actions that will move your goal forward. Keep them simple and doable. Commit to doing them for the next 7 days. Day 5. Clean up your environment. Remove something that makes your goal harder. Add something that makes your goal easier. Day 6. Watch your state. Before you work on your goal, take 2 to 3 minutes to shift your state. Move, breathe, stand tall. Remind yourself why you're doing this. Notice the difference between working from a low state versus an empowered state. Day 7. Review, adjust, and double down. Ask, what did I actually do this week? What worked best? Where did I get stuck? Adjust your daily moves for next week based on what you learned. Recommit to the outcome, not the original method. Then repeat the cycle. And 10. You are closer than you think. You might look at your life and see a long way to go, but the distance between dream and result is shorter than it looks when you get crystal clear on what you want, take massive, consistent action, use feedback instead of shame, adjust your strategy instead of giving up. You don't need to be the most talented. You don't need the perfect conditions. You don't need approval from anyone else. You need a decision, a meaningful why, a simple plan, the courage to act, learn, and keep going. So ask yourself right now, what is one dream I'm ready to turn into a measurable outcome? What am I willing to commit to over the next 90 days? What are three power moves I can take this week to start? Write them down, say them out loud. Take the first step today, no matter how small. Because once you combine massive action with smart strategy, you stop waiting for life to change and you become the person who changes it.